Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a secret playbook. Yup, the one that basically every major brand uses to talk to you, whether you realize it or not. You ever just find a jingle stuck in your head or, I don't know, feel a sudden urge to buy something after seeing an ad? Well, that's not magic. It's actually a super carefully crafted strategy. And once you see the playbook, I promise, you are going to start seeing it everywhere. So this playbook has a name. It's called marketing communication, and it really is both an art and a science, completely focused on one thing: how to make a company unforgettable. At its heart, it's pretty much the entire system a company uses to have a persuasive conversation with its audience. And it's not just about selling you something right then and there. It's a long-term conversation designed to influence how you think, how you feel, and ultimately how you act towards a brand. So why does this all matter? Well, it does a few really important things. It lets you know about new products, like when your favorite soap brand suddenly launches a shampoo. It tries to persuade you to pick their brand out of the huge lineup. And, maybe most importantly, it builds loyalty. It constantly reminds you why you like a brand. I mean, that's why giants like Coca-Cola never ever stop advertising. They're just reinforcing that bond they've already built with you. Okay, so how does a message actually get from a company's big idea into your brain? Well, it follows a pretty fundamental blueprint. Let's break that down. First up, you've got the two main players in this game. On one side, you have the sender. That's the company with something to say. And on the other side, you have the receiver. That's you, the person who sees, reads, or hears that message. Now, this is where the journey gets interesting and a little risky. The company encodes its idea. It turns it into symbols, words, and images. That becomes the message, the actual ad. That message then travels through a channel, like TV or social media, to get to you. But here's the crucial last step. You have to decode it. And for this whole thing to work, the way you interpret that message has to match what the company meant in the first place. But there's a big catch. This whole process can be completely derailed by one major problem: noise. And I'm not just talking about loud sounds. In marketing, noise is any kind of distortion. A pop-up ad that covers the slogan, a confusing message, or even just your own mood that day. It can completely garble the message before it even has a chance to land. So knowing that noise is always a threat, how do marketers design a message that can actually cut through all of that and persuade you? Well, this is where they turn to psychology. Marketers have a huge choice to make right from the start. Do they talk to your brain or to your heart? Rational appeals are all about logic. They focus on quality, value, performance. You see this a lot with cars or appliances. But emotional appeals? They go straight for the feelings, joy, humor, even a little bit of fear to get you motivated. Think about all those heartwarming holiday ads. That's a pure heart play. But you know, what you say is only half the battle. It actually turns out that who says it can be even more important. The whole game of persuasion really hinges on how credible the source is. And that credibility, it stands on three main pillars. First, there's expertise. We listen when a doctor talks about health, right? Second is trustworthiness. We just trust a recommendation from a friend more than a slick salesperson. And third, there's likability. We are just naturally drawn to people we find charming or attractive. That's why celebrities land those massive endorsement deals. The most powerful messages have a source that nails all three. So once a brand has the perfect message and the perfect person to deliver it, how do they actually get it to you? Well, they don't just use one tool. They've got a whole toolbox full of options. And this is what's called the promotion mix. It's basically made up of 5 big tools. You got advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, public relations, and direct marketing. Each one does something a little different. Okay, let's look inside that toolbox. Advertising. That's your classic TV commercial, meant to reach millions and build a big brand image. Sales promotions? Those are the coupons and contests that make you want to buy something right now. Public relations is when a magazine writes a great review. It's super credible because the brand didn't pay for it. Personal selling is that one-on-one conversation you have with a real person. And direct marketing, that's the personalized email from a brand that feels like it's talking just to you. Now, marketers use all these tools in one of two big ways. With a push strategy, they focus on convincing the retailers to stock their product, and then the retailers push it toward you. A pull strategy is the opposite. They use big advertising to create demand with you, the customer, so you go asking for the product, basically pulling it through the stores. But here's the thing. In today's super crowded, noisy world, just using these tools one by one, it's not going to cut it. The real pros, the masters of the game, they use a much bigger strategy to tie everything together, and it's called Integrated Marketing Communications, or IMC for short. The best way to think about it is like a master plan that makes sure every single thing a brand says, an ad, a tweet, its packaging, a press release, is all perfectly coordinated in singing from the same song sheet. The goal here is total clarity and consistency. Now, IMC became so important because our media world is just shattered into a million pieces. We went from having a few TV channels to endless social media feeds and streaming services. So by integrating everything, companies make sure they aren't sending mixed signals, they stop wasting money, and they create this powerful synergy where the final result is way bigger than all the individual parts. And this right here, this is the ultimate endgame. For you, the customer, all of this work creates a single, seamless experience. It means that no matter where or how you run into that brand, the story feels the same, which builds trust and real, lasting loyalty. So there you have it. The secret playbook is officially open. From the way an ad is structured to the celebrity they choose to promote a product, it's all part of this deliberate plan. And now that you know the framework, the next time you see an ad or get an email from a brand, what part of the playbook will you notice?